Today's an unusual day here at Nerd City because we actually have some unboxing to do. Well, 2 boxes in a bag, actually. The boxes came in the mail and contain items that we're excited about opening. The bag is relatively sentient, is currently in the state of Maryland, and probably feeling sorry for itself at this very moment, and breathing in oxygen, belching out poison, and digesting an entire Tombstone pizza. We're gonna open that one from a distance. And what's in the bag? What kind of bag is it? Leave your guesses in the comments below. Now, if you're new to this story, I recommend that you watch the previous video on DaddyOFive, and I apologize in advance because it's not a fun watch. It's been a disastrous 2 weeks for the DaddyOFive channel. After uploading a comparatively lighthearted video where they framed their children with some disappearing ink and then screamed punishments and curse words at them, the backlash was surprisingly fierce. Philly D used that video to expose the tip of an iceberg, and then miraculously, the community came together, hauled that entire iceberg out of the water, and started hammering it to pieces with 10,000 hammers. The child abuse comedy channel that the Martins were operating is now blowing up in their faces. Hell, even Steve-O, perhaps one of the most savage men on the planet Earth, weighed in on this disappearing ink prank via H3 and disapproved of it. When a guy who was willing to turn himself into literal shark bait, jump bareback into a pile of elephant poop, and throw up live goldfish on TV tells you you've gone too far, that should be a hell of a wake-up call. If pranking had a pope, it would be Steve-O, and he denounces this content. Hundreds of hours of DaddyOFive's disturbing back catalog has now been dissected in video after video, and it's not over yet.
Shocking video of parents pranking their own children, causing them to burst into tears.
Doesn't it bother you to see your son so upset, crying?
It does bother us.
This was that popular DaddyOFive YouTube channel. Well, now they are down to 3. Child Protective Services stepped in after an emergency protective order.
So game over. Well, no, we wish. But the Martins have hired a firm that specializes in cleaning negative information off the internet. So if all that heat did not kill this filthy cockroach of a channel, we may need to take some drastic measures to complete the extermination. For that purpose, I have acquired a very unique trinket. The very same ink bottle that Mike and Heather used to destroy their YouTube careers is now in my possession. Little did they know that such a powerful token of their demise would end up in a hater's hands! It's even signed, worthlessly, by the eldest brother, bully, Jake Martin. Now you might be thinking, WTF, how did you get that? Jake is a bully, and what do you get? Bippity boppity boo. 2 very young, aspiring YouTube memorabilia collectors in the state of Maryland acquired this item and reached out via Twitter. At Connor Reef of the CSGO channel Coral Reef and at Matt Squale were savvy enough to know that this item, with such an aura of cruel stupidity, property of the wicked ape of the East, should only be handled by an expert. So now here it is in Nerd City, where its evil and hatred can be harnessed. Over and over on the Worst Dad on YouTube video, the most frequent comment was, what kind of dad would laugh while his children are crying? Well, let's find out. Tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night.
Man, I hate the air.
What?
Calling name, you in your goddamn face, and you'll stay plastered.
We're gonna put the ink inside of this lab-quality crystal vase, which bears the inscription, for his work on DaddyOFive, Philip DeFrano, class of 2017, Nerd City, Hater Hall of Fame. We will now use that ink and a little evil science to get inside the mind of Mike Martin. It worked! I'm inside the mind of Mike. Spoons could not block my hate.
Block all them haters.
I now understand the mind of a man who would heat his house with the oven when it's cold.
I even got the damn stove open. It's that damn cold.
Who would use Twitter like a Google search bar. How do I stream on Twitch? How do I get Minecraft? I would tweet those searches. I understand the mind of a man who would think for weeks on end that his silver play button was made out of sterling silver. That YouTube would send him a $15,000 bar of silver for having 100,000 subscribers.
This silver play button is not really made out of silver.
I understand the mind of a man who would confuse the word acquisitions with accusations several times. I understand the mind of a man who would lay out a whopping $3,000 a month in rent instead of, say, paying down a mortgage or settling old bankruptcy debts. I understand the mind of a man who would be so confused by his need for an excuse that he would simultaneously argue that his videos were both fake and real, and then incriminate himself by admitting wrongdoing across a whole spectrum of possible crimes. I understand the deranged mind of a man who would write these lyrics.
There will never be peace, just pieces crumble like dead leaves as my heart bleeds. What's a man? One with a baby in hand, or one with a gun in hand, or a protector from this f***ed world, with a baby in the left and a gun in the right, aimed at injustice. Lost my mother to a fucked up other man who needs to be slaughtered, with brains splattered, who made my dreams shatter. Me plus Emma plus Rose, my true family, but Rose will die.
After writing that, would be so tired that he had to draw a ninja.
I was tired.
I understand the narcissistic mind of a man who would hit his horrific selfies with the Prisma app at full strength and then post multiple results. I understand the mind of a man who would literally fart in the face of his children and then post that onto the internet. I understand the mind of a man who, even though he was adopted himself as a boy, and then took legal custody of a young boy away from his birth mother, would then poke fun at that sensitive topic in order to make the boy cry, and then laugh at him.
We're putting you up for adoption.
And then tell him to change his tampon.
Can you do me a favor? Go change your tampon. I said I have to give you up. Man up.
Look at this sow! I can't believe I'm attracted to her! I can't take it! It's too disgusting in here! It's too stupid! Let me out!
You can don't